Welcome to this episode of Best of America by Horseback. I'm Tom C. with Dale Shields and Kristen Bisco in Dale's hometown. We're here for a very special event.
Dale, we came to Humboldt, Kansas for the National Day of the Cowboy celebration. Tell us about what we'll see on this episode.
Well, we've got a full weekend planned. We've got a lot of events for kids and adults as far as dunk tank, face painting, vendors of all kinds, a parade of all Western theme, apple pie baking contest, lots and lots of things for everybody to do.
And food and music.
Lots of food and music.
You're going to have a concert this
7
weekend?
o'clock Saturday night, concert at the high school auditorium. It's going to be a good time celebrating the Cowboy.
Real quick before we take the break, there's something special about the people of Humboldt, Kansas. They're really the heart and soul of America. Kids are just having a great time. It's a rural community. You've got to be very proud of this community.
I really am. They've been so supportive of this event. They've backed me. They've been wanting to know what they can do to help, how everybody can get involved, and the pride that's been involved has been phenomenal.
When you're in Humboldt, Kansas, a drive-by is a wave and a smile, whether they know you or not. This is great. Stay tuned. We'll be back with Best of America by Horseback.
Part of this show is brought to you by Mill Creek Manufacturing, makers of the first compact and stainless steel manure spreaders. They also make spin groomer arena rakes and now a new line of outdoor power equipment like the Mighty Ox log splitters and wood chippers. All top quality, high value equipment, all made in the USA. And by Spur's Big Fix, wound, skin, and hoof treatment. The more you use it, the more you'll love it.
Hello, I'm Gary Stites. I am the #1 dealer for Lakota trailers nationwide. Please stop in and see our new facility. Our new facility has a very large display area where we will have up to a dozen trailers inside the building, a very large service center where we can service all your needs. We can take care of your horses as well as your trailer and show you new trailers also. Please stop in and see us on Interstate 71 south of Columbus, Ohio.
On this episode of Best of America by Horseback, we are celebrating the National Day of the Cowboy, which is observed annually on the 4th Saturday in July, with our co-host Dale Shields in his hometown of Humboldt, Kansas. It is a day set aside to celebrate the contributions of the cowboy and cowgirl to America's rich Western heritage and culture. It is to help preserve a way of life that embodies hard work, family values, a love of the land, and love of country. The celebration started out with a trail ride led by David Gant. Tom, Dell, and Kristen had a great time visiting with friends as they rode through old pecan grove forests and open pastures. The temperature was hot, but folks turned out to kick off the weekend festivities on horseback.
What a beautiful ride.
The town's celebration of the National Day of the Cowboy started out honoring and giving thanks to our veterans. The colors were presented by the Chanute American Legion Color Guard. After singing the national anthem, Dale Shields welcomed guests.
Thank you for coming out to Humboldt, Kansas this morning to help us celebrate who we are and what we represent as a community and as a nation. We are so pleased to be able to celebrate the National Day of the Cowboy here in our hometown. What a blessing it is to see the colors flying this morning, the families that are represented, and all that you mean to this community.
Tom C. was invited to be the keynote speaker.
As far as the military, I want to say this. There are professional armies all over the world, China, Korea, Soviet Union, and their one sole purpose is aggression, to kill, destroy, take over other land. The purpose of the American armies is different. It's to secure peace. They stop their jobs, they leave their families, they leave their way of life to go serve our country. And that's the kind of people that we honor today. When they come back, they tell us the good they have done in other places. That's why you don't see this type of thing in the Soviet Union or other places in the world. You see it here because we're proud of these men and women for what they do, and we know they do it for us.
Several local veterans were invited to talk about their service to the country, and Nashville recording artist Stephanie Lane performed at the Veterans Memorial.
What's wrong with choosing life, even if it means sacrifice? I was taught to treat folks right, red and yellow, black and white. Under pressure, under attack, undereducated, making choices we can't take back, under control of people we can't trust. What's happened to us? Oh, maybe that's the cost of one nation over God.
I'm Steve Tucker. I'm the founder and president of Tucker Trail Saddles. We listen to our customers. We leverage the experience and craftsmanship of our team, and we embrace the goal to produce the most comfortable and functional trail saddle in the world. And we believe that we are offering with the New Horizon the absolute best and most comfortable trail riding saddle available today.
I've ridden thousands of miles all over this country. The saddle I choose is a Tucker saddle.
The Chanute American Legion Riders also took part in the opening ceremonies, along with the Sons of the Union Veterans of the Civil War and Carolyn Whitaker, who helps place headstones on the graves of Confederate soldiers who do not have them.
And how did you get involved in this?
Okay, I started a couple years ago to honor the Civil War soldiers who didn't have stones in our cemeteries around the area. And so I ordered the stones, do the research, order the stones, get in contact with the families, and have them get the VA stones from Free VA Stones. And then I plan the events for this. So I do all that and planning these events. With Legion, we coordinate together. With anybody in the town that we can pull together, we do this together as a community.
After the opening ceremony at the Veterans Memorial, the town square opened with music, vendors, and activities for both children and adults. The dunk tank was a popular attraction on a very hot day. Professional bull rider and horse trainer DJ Shields and his wife Tricia, former Miss Rodeo USA, did several round pen horsemanship demonstrations as part of the Day of the Cowboy celebration in Humboldt, Kansas.
See, now we're going back to something that he's confident in. He looked at me, I stepped away, and now he's like, okay.
A Western-themed parade started outside of town and continued through the town square, where longtime friend Ernie Rodina and Lauren Cordy emceed the parade.
Where are you from? Altoona? We love Altoona. Great place. And then, of course, Best of America by Horseback. Unbelievable show. One of the longest running shows on RFD-TV. We got Jeff Shields up there, the singing cowboy. Give us a yodel there. There we go. That was the Best of America by Horseback.
Beth Barlow of B&W Hitches was the parade's grand marshal, riding in the carousel carriage. B&W was formed in 1987 in Humboldt by Roger Baker and Joe Works, building custom truck beds. When they designed and manufactured a turnover ball hitch, they revolutionized the hitch industry. Joe Works, president of B&W, remains involved in the design and innovation of hitch solutions, but he is also involved in giving back to a community that has been good to him.
Right here in Kansas, this small town, Humboldt, Kansas, is one of the most successful and best run businesses in the world.
We have an amazing group of people, and really our success is tied in a very large part to the employees that we have here.
There was a time when times were tough at B&W. How many people did your dad lay off?
He didn't lay off any.
This is just a heart-touching story. Where did he send them?
Let's go out into the community and find some things that our employees can do and work on, and that's what we did.
The beauty of the park. That park just didn't happen. Tell me about that.
That's another pet project of B&W and my dad. He really likes to tinker with heavy equipment, and so one of his digging expeditions, he located a lot of flat rock, and so now he's digging this rock out of the ground and laying it in beautiful ways around town, and the Riverside Park is one of those areas.
What is it about you folks that just does so much for the community and the employees?
I think there are a lot of companies in America that are deciding that American manufacturing is not dead and that it can still work, even competing against imports. And it starts with just doing the right thing. And I think that philosophy has really carried my dad through a lot of decisions over the years. And it's a source of pride for him to get to employ a lot of people in the area and pay them well. And so I don't know that there's anything special. I think it just boils down to, doing right by employees and customers.
We know who made that hitch. We know who cut the steel, who milled the ball, and who welded the seams. We know who tested, measured, and checked. We even know who thought the whole thing up. We're B&W, and we know your hitch. Because we don't make them halfway around the world. We make them all right here. B&W. Trusted.
If you are interested in learning more about Best of America by Horseback, visit our website at bestofamericabyhorseback.com. There you can view our show schedule on RFD-TV, learn how to join us for upcoming rides and events, benefits of our trail club and how to join, find riding locations and dude ranches by state, shop the online store for Best of America by Horseback logo gear, read our monthly newsletter to stay up to date, and learn about our sponsors and their quality products. It's all here at bestofamericabyhorseback.com.
We are celebrating the National Day of the Cowboy with our co-host Del Shields in his hometown of Humboldt, Kansas. No town celebration would be complete without an apple pie contest. The folks at Stacy Cakes were kind enough to let us use their air-conditioned store for the judging. It wasn't hard to find volunteers to taste and help judge the pie contest, including Kevin Heisler of Heisler Hay and Grain, Dr. Russ Baxley, David Gant, and Tom, Dell, and Wanda from our staff. The winning aprons were designed by Sabrina Duncan, who happened to be the first place winner of the pie contest.
As everybody knows, we are celebrating the National Day of the Cowboy. We've got the Buffalo Chip Castaneros with us tonight. Guys, what'd you fix up tonight for dinner?
This is called Pigs in the Cornfield. And got corn on the cob and about every type of pork you can put in there. Cinnamon rolls, and then this is the banana split cobbler. And got some chocolate and whipped cream to go with that later.
I fixed stuffed bell peppers, biscuits, and blueberry cobbler.
End of a good trail, there's always a good meal.
Saturday evening, Del Shields put on a concert for the community featuring cowboy music. He was joined by Nashville recording artist Stephanie Lane.
The dust clings to her like makeup. that's applied by calloused hands. She's been riding high in the saddle, working cows who wear her brand. She's not afraid to be a lady, but she'd outwork any man. Every scar is a mark of glory. One look at her, you know life's been rough. Her green eyes, they tell a story. Never been the kind forgiven of. She's cowgirl tough.
Del featured a new song he recently wrote about Davy Moore, a cowboy we met in California. Davy is a cowboy who worked for some of the top ranches in the West until an accident left him paralyzed from the chest down. He is the head wrangler at the Greenhorn Creek Ranch, overseeing the horse operation from his ATV.
I sing my song for Davy. He's a real top hat. He rode for some mighty big outfits. Davy rode for the brand. Davy can't ride the wild horses no more. That wheelchair don't settle him down. He still dances with the prettiest girls. They spin that wheelchair around. The cowboys out here respect him for the wisdom he shares with us all. We don't see a man broken and spent. In our eyes he's 6 feet tall. I sobbed like a child when I left him today. His words pierced my heart like a knife. They made me reflect on the blessings I own. They caused me to cherish my life. He said to me, ride a few miles for me, Dell. Ride a few miles for me. As I rode away, I heard Davy say, ride a few miles for me, Dell. Ride a few miles for me, Dell. Ride a few miles for me. As I sit up tall in my saddle and think of the trails I'll ride, you can bet your best boots on one thing for sure. Davy rides right by my side. He told me, ride a few miles for me, Dell. Ride a few miles for me. As I rode away, I heard Davy say, ride a few miles for me, Dell. Ride a few miles for me, Dell. Ride a few miles for me.
Several area businesses were happy to sponsor Humboldt's first Day of the Cowboy Town celebration.
We've started our business in 2004 and just grew it ever since then. We started out with one truck transporting agricultural commodities, and now we're running about 20, and we basically run in about every state there is in the continental United States.
So when you're thinking about celebrating the heritage of the National Day of the Cowboy, or the cowboy per se, what thoughts come to mind?
When you come from a small town, you can tell that they're very grateful to have something like this come to their hometown in the middle of the summer, a hot weekend, and so many people get out. It's something to do. They all took part in what was taking place, and I mean, it's just a great gathering.
I think it's really important that we bring something different to the community. I'm a lifetime resident of Allen County and Humboldt, and as far as I know, this is a once-in-a-lifetime event for the local folks to see what's going on in the horse industry, bring new folks to town. Folks are going to stop and eat, maybe use some motels in the county, use our park facilities, and hopefully maybe come back through sometime and shop at some of our shops. For the young people, my grandkids as an example, to kind of see how it used to be maybe in the old days with the ranchers and the cowboys. It gives them some education, gives them an insight as to what it was 40, 50 years ago, and still is in some areas.
You were one of the announcers for the parade on this celebration. What thoughts were going through your mind when the horses and the wagons, the carts are coming down Bridge Street?
You know, it was really special, and for about as far as you could see was horses and wagons, and you know, they're seeing something that they hadn't maybe ever seen. That was really neat for our town.
For more information on upcoming events or visiting area attractions in Humboldt, Kansas, you can log on to humboldtks.net.